Right, hello and welcome to another run demo video. We're gonna talk about today the new Titan that's gonna be coming in a couple of weeks. Which is in an alliance event called the Seven Labors. Now I did a bit of detective work, and it could very be the Iranian hero Rostam. So we look at what he's about. This is all speculation, of course. There's no official information about him, but we'll have a look at that. And some of the things in this event might be something you would want to get for that particular Titan, as we shall see. Right, but the main focus, of course, will be the Titan of this event, HELGA. So I'm going to do a detailed skills breakdown of her. I'm actually going to be covering Ra or Valorn in this particular um, video because I frankly don't have enough time to do this. But so I'll focus on Helga, but I'll move on to the relics and the stuff. So let's start off first of all with the actual event details. So it's a 25,000 souls event. You have a 5,000 souls stretch goal to get yourself the Dragon Slayer, which is the one that I wanted for a very long time, which is a Guardian relic, a 5-star Guardian relic. So if you want to get that, you will have to go up to 30,000 souls to get that relic. Other than that, if you want to get the main Titan of this event, which is Helga, she's available at 19,000 souls, with Ra at 14,000 and Valorn at 9,000. So if it's a nice 5,000 souls gap between the each, Valorn at 9,000 could be one that you could probably get for free pretty much, because do remember that the Storm Candle, the type of boost relic in this event, is the same that you will probably have received from the raid boss event. Of course, the number of Storm Candles you got, or rather the rarities of Storm Candles you got, 1 star, 2 stars and 3 stars, etc., will depend on how many levels your alliance completed in that particular raid boss event. So, yeah, but that said, if you're on one of the alliances like the one I'm in, where you complete all the levels, you should be able to get Valorant for a little effort, but not too much. So that's something to keep in mind. So other than that, what else do you get? A couple of interesting relics here. The one relic which I'll point out now before I show you all the ones is the Kimbala of Storm. This is available in a individual event. It is pretty high at 20,000 souls, but you can find it, as we shall see, quite useful on a Titan that we have had recently released. Staff of Storms available at 25k. Yeah, it's a good relic, but whether it should be at that high, I'm not really sure whether it's still worth 25k, but a good relic overall as well. Helga at 9,000 as I mentioned, and to the relics. Now, if you want to go beyond that, get yourself a Dragon Slayer, what you will also get is a event token. That's to help you kind of go on this. You'll get a relic shard, 5-star relic shard, 5-star relic potion, divine gems as well. So 250 divine gems, which is about 50 more than you get there. I wish that was higher. But yeah, that's what it is. So in terms of the alliance rewards, if you are planning to go top 50, then you will be looking at getting Helga. But now Helga is available at 19,000 souls. So if you're looking at a top 50 team, yeah, I don't know whether you really need to. The top teams are going to require a very large amount of soul counts. So you do look out for teams probably under 10,000 souls. Probably will do. So yeah, if you could find an alliance where they ask you to grind to Valorn, you would get yourself a Valorn and Helga from the alliance reward. So that will be a nice little package. And especially if some of you are considering getting Helga, or having a lightning titan more generically, to maybe give your Zabava a prestige skill. So this is the event for that. If you want to get yourself a titan to prestige up your Zabava, maybe add a few levels. So that's something to think about. So that's probably the draw for many people here, is getting Helga more as a prestige food than anything else. Now the boost strategy for this event is Solza, Freya, Achilles, and Helga. Amongst these, Achilles will probably be the fastest raider. Solza with his cats would also be a great one. So if you haven't used Solza before, and if you manage to get one from the raid boss event, yeah, couple them with cats, or if you want to run the way I used to, I did my leveling up of Salsa with all grenadiers and some skeleton spells. So yeah, there's a lot of options there. And of course you can use your Freya if you want to build her up, which was recently released, and yeah, she's turning out to be quite powerful, quite a force on defense. So there's that. Otherwise, if you have an old Helga lying around and you want to do this event, go for it. Helga would be obviously beneficial because you can take in Storm Maidens, you can bring in relics that focus on Storm Maidens, and yeah, that could make quick PP as well. So other than that, you get 1.2 with all 4-star Guardians and 1.1 with 3-star Guardians. So that's that for this event. Now, I believe Loki, if you have a Loki's trinket, I think that will still give you 1.2. Because we get 1x with any Titan there. So yeah, if you go to Loki's trinket, probably that's something to look at. So what else do we have in this event? Let's look at the actual relics. So that's Staff of Storms there, which gives you 40% all lightning spells buff. That is good. But notice how much it's trumped by the Kimball of Storm in terms of the lightning. Not much, 10%, but honestly, if I think if you're going to place a relic like that at 25, it should probably be better than what you have before, because this is available at 23k. I personally like the Kimball of Storm. I don't have this relic, so it'd be nice to get this one. You can equip it very nicely on a Zabawa, because you get lightning and troop lightning damage. Oh, sorry, it does. Oh, Kimball doesn't buff the storm spells. So okay, stand corrected on that. But Kimball of Storm gives you 50% Titan and troop damage, and you get 20% Titan and troop critical, which is quite nice because it's not easy to get troop critical, Titan critical, and troop criticals in the same relic. So that's good. Apologies for that. Then we're talking about the Storm Potion. Never really a fan of Storm Maiden resist against all elements, but if you maybe want to couple that with some sort of build for Zabava, maybe get more resistance for your maidens, yeah, you could use that. The 60% Titan damage is a little bit more than you get normal, the 50%. So you can definitely find equipment there. Then you've got, of course, the Viking Helm and the Fallen Shoulders and all the other relics you see on the screen. And these relics are, well, that's probably cut off there. Let me see if I can get that then. Yeah. So Fallen Shoulders is actually one of my favorite relics because you get Titan and army resist against fire, and that not because of that, but because you get 3 lightning spells and you get 40% Titan health. I use it on Frigga a lot. You can also use it on Yozabava. So lots of options there. You then of course Iron Rune is a great relic to equip on Zabava as well. So a lot of relics you can actually pick up to put on your Zabava if you're looking for those. Viking Helm is also a good one. You get critical for all troops. If you're looking for some build where you want to give critical to all the troops you bring in, that's useful as well. And yeah, although that 12% is a bit underwhelming, but this is a nice little replacement for the whetstone. If you have a whetstone and you add this up, it's almost like having 2 whetstones in a build. So yeah, nice little relic, and you can be equipped by any Titan because it's storm damage, right? Then you got the Earth Rune here. Surprised to see this here, but probably they are throwing this in because of the shield spell, which is something I guess they want to start using, stuff like that, or maybe something relevant for the Titans to come. So 3 shield spells over there, and Iron Charms, 25% militia and spearman resistance melee, so something which you can conserve in a Freya perhaps, if you want some more melee resistance, because Freya comes with 35%. So 35 plus 25 can give you 70, or 60, and you can add another 20% from the actual relic that Freya had, taking to 80%, which is maximum melee resist. So good relic for that if you want to, but the other skill slots are pretty lame, well, not really useful. So it's not the best relic possibly. There are possibly other replacements you could get for that relic. I mean, for sure the what is it? The Banner of War will probably do a better job. Although you'll sacrifice 5% less, but you get ranged as well. So not a big fan of iron chimes myself. But the real draw, guys, in this event, of course, is the Dragon Slayer, available at 30,000 souls. And this is an old school relic, the original set of 5-star relic set in the game. And of course, but with changed skills, as we had seen. So now you get 70% troop damage, so that's very nice. Troop health, and these numbers are much higher than you would normally get. So it's normally 65, it's only 5% more, but that's quite nice to see that. And 90% troop health. This relic will make a really good fit on Achilles, good fit on what is the Titan we'd seen a while ago? Ares, yeah, Ares there, that'll do it as well. The 45% Titan resistance against all damage is not a very useful skill at the moment, but as we shall see, it might become relevant in the Titan that is speculated, at least by me. So coming to Helga skills, which is probably, I don't think that's why you're here possibly, but if you are wondering whether Helga is worth getting, my opinion would be not really, especially not after Sabava is out. And honestly, even if you don't have her, I'm not really going to be recommending that, because you don't want to possibly invest in a Titan that's slightly subpar. But but let's go through her skills anyway. Herself, she doesn't do much. Bit of damage, bit of range resist, but you can't rely on her standing her ground. She grants Imperials as a meat shield with some health and armor, and some respectable melee resist and pretty high range resist, 60%. And your Storm Maidens there get 230% damage, is higher than normal, and 88% AP and critical, so pretty high stats when it comes to Storm Maidens, but again, dwarfed by what we get from Zabava. So but not a bad Titan though, in the sense that if you want to have something to start off with, and if you can actually manage to get Helga by not actually going to 19,000 souls, yeah, it's something you can have in your collection. But yeah, more of a doll Titan, as I call it. Nothing to be impressed about. The prestige skill is interesting. You get 90% base Storm Maiden damage, and this sort of skills are quite rare because you normally get this on Berserkers. So that could make an interesting build. So if you put a Dragon Slayer with this relic, with the high prestige skill for Helga, you could have a really high damage for Storm Maidens. But whether that's something you would want compared to maybe building up a Zabava or some other Titan there, that could be questionable. Special skills, you get some lightning storm damage. Yeah, okay, that's nothing too impressive, this is my opinion. Talking about something else, next week there is gonna be, or not next week, but on 27th October, there's gonna be the return of these so-called bone dregs. It's something we're seeing. Obviously, if you're new to the game, you probably don't know this, but every Halloween, at least from the last year, we've been having this event where every 6 hours, if you log in, you get this so-called bone drag, which is, think of that as a currency, right? You just get something, you get one of these things, and if you collect enough of those things, you can pull yourself some interesting stuff. You get 50 of those, you get Budget. You can pull Hades or Krampus, so one of these sea titans as your choice. And frankly, between all three of them, they can't recommend any. But since winter is coming, in not just from the weather's perspective, but also from the fact that there might be events where Krampus might become a booster for especially the Christmas events. You might want to get yourself a Krampus if you really want to get one of these, and if you don't have one. Other than that, you can get a 4-star relic for the 5-star for the 5 multi-spin altar. So that's all that. But anyway, I mean, the idea is, guys, that if you want to get yourself get yourself some troops and titans, then then what you have to do is, if you get, you need to just keep, you've got to remain active throughout this period from 27th October to 2nd November. Collect a bunch of stuff, and yeah, and you can also collect these bone drugs, by the way, from quests. So you'll get some special quests you can do from through adventures. I bet that probably would be like adventures and stuff like that. Alliance wars, so regular events, conquests, and of course, as it's always the case, you can buy them straight off. It looks like at some point. So probably not throughout this period, but maybe exactly when Halloween lands. So I can say probably on 30th of October you might land getting more of these. Yeah, so bunch of interesting stuff. So Halloween is where the more active you are, the more likelihood that you pull some good stuff if you want to. Now that they've released a fix for Freya, so Freya was becoming unkillable, at least on lands, and because the game for many like myself was crashing, and for God knows why, but apparently the devs have seems to have figured it out, and some seems to be something to do with the heal skill, they say. So they have changed the heals ability, and they have converted it into a shield ability. So now, earlier what was happening was uh, Freya would uh, Freya would heal the spearman and herself by 10% whenever an allied spearman dies. But now, here, it's only Freya that will be healed by 10%, but the spearmen will all the spearmen that you have on the battlefield will get shielded the moment an allied spearman dies, and that's kind of an interesting change. What that means is, if someone's coming attacking your Freya, one of your spearmen dies, and one of the units is backed up, then you're gonna get shield spell for all of them, and especially if you equip that with Staff of Earth, that's probably make Freya one of the best defenders of the game. Not because you can't kill spearmen, but because the shield spell would probably never expire. So there's that. Um, right beneath that, you see, by the way, all the stuff you can get from this new event called Altar of Everything, which is different from what we saw earlier, and which starts right before the bone dregs drop. And in this event, you probably have to throw in gems, but if you want to do that, you can get 3 guaranteed 4-star drops. And you can get a mix of Titans and Relics. I've highlighted some of the important stuff I think that are important. The only one that I don't have in all of that, which is it is the Bell of Despair, the one that was available recently. So yeah, there's that. If I can manage to get that one, be great. But honestly, I don't think I'm gonna spend anything when it comes to gems or anything to do with the altars. If I get to do a free pull, sure, I'll do that. Other than that, nope. Let's talk about the schedule then. We got HELGA that's going on and on from Thursday to the 19th, is probably the Monday. Portal Surge events, if you want to use that to maybe pull up some or buy some portal stones, especially if you're a big grinder, you can do that. And then you have the assault event starting 20 at start you have the alliance wants 7 labors starting right after the portal surge ends. So this is why if you want to buy some buy some before that, you can do that. By the way, sorry for the slow output of my voice. It's just not keeping too well, so yeah, it's gonna be a bit slow on that. What else do we have now? We're talking about the Altar of Everything. Yes, all of that thing I mentioned before. Now, Assault will start on the 20th, a day after the Portal Surge. So yeah, that's quite nice, I guess. Because to do assault battles, I believe you need to spend portal stones to and actually do those battles. Not really sure, but the portal stones certainly help. I mean, it's already an event that you really don't have to worry about in terms of too many gems required. But if you have the time to spare, yeah, assault can let you get a lot of Titan XP relics for the event to come, which I have some suspicion is going to be the Iranian hero Rostam. Some information there. So now one thing to know that the Titans Unleashed event, which is the Titan XP boost event, is a Guardians flavor. And what that means is very likely that this Titan, which I think is which is Rostam, might be a Guardian. And now, because if he turns out to be a Guardian, it's probably worth, if you want to play in advance and if you can, in terms of resources etc., get yourself the Dragon Slayer, because Dragon Slayer is the relic which completely justifies this Titan, because he is considered a Dragon Slayer by lore, not by DOT but as a lore. So if you do a bit of searching as Rostam's 7 labors, you will find out that he and his horse Ruksh, I believe, battled a very great dragon at some point. So yeah, to check that lore out. But that's it, guys. So quite an exciting time ahead. So this is gonna be some interesting stuff. So it looks like 22nd, 26th, that event is gonna be the big event, the Halloween event. I mean, I don't know if don't know if to call that a Halloween event. Probably not really, because unless they make Rostam in some way, if it ties in with all of the Halloween stuff, whether he does something with skeletons, I don't know. But from what I can understand, then I feel rather, if he's a guardian, very likely he's gonna be a white guardian, and that could very well be the case. So we shall see. Interesting stuff coming in. So look out for that. But in terms of Helga, that's what you have on your screen. If you want to get it, go for it. Other than that, this event, at least for me, is the one that is primarily for Dragon Slayer. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Catch you in another one.